Well, hello and welcome back. Last week here, we pretty much got this whole redstone factory set up, and in between episodes, I did change up this skystone mining setup here to be entirely based off of redstone contacts when it should go back up and down for everything. And so this works flawlessly now. There's no issues except for like that one skystone block not being mined up, but it's fine. And whilst by letting it run, I've built up quite a decent amount of redstone here for now. Eventually I will need to upgrade this to get more, but for now, that's fine. What I want to work on today is possibly getting some actual source being made, which means I'm going to have to do a little bit of progress in a couple of things here. So just go and get that done. What I need to do here is, well, I need to unlock the runic tablet questline part here. So that means I need to get a stone cutter and mechanical saw, which might not be too hard because we've got a stone cutter right here. It's one part which I'm using for other starts, and mechanical saw, which honestly this isn't being used at the moment. So let's pick that up and plonk it back down facing the correct direction. That gets this stone cutter done. We need some smooth stone slabs, which do I actually have any on me? No, but I can easily make some. Can I make slabs? Yeah, I can. So just quickly grab this stone, cook it up to make it smooth stone. There we go. And then use this stone cutter to make a couple of smooth stone slabs, which gets that part of the quest done. And now we just need a runic tablet, which I don't think I have. Oh wait, I do have one. Cool. And so that completes the whole crystalline captivation chapter done, which gives me a few things which I can just throw into a few spots here. Oh, that filled my inventory entirely up. Okay. Throw you in here. Start with throwing that there. Oop. Throwing the rune dust in here. We've got a few bags which I need to sort out what I'm doing here. Artificer's bag, Artificer's epic bag, and Artificer's legendary bag. Which for now, I might see about getting them enchanted with fortune to get a few good things from them. But that kind of works out. So with that done, we get first magic chapter crystalline captivity done, and which opens up herbalist heritage, which I'm going to need. Why is it saying runic tablet here? That'd be frustrating. So this doesn't seem like too bad because we need sourceberries, which we've got, mageblooms, which we actually have as well. And then with a bit of mechanization, that's done. But I also want to see if I can actually get alluring illusions done. So for this, I'm going to need resin. So for now, let's stop that to let the resin build up in here so I can grab some myself. And I've already done this whole thing. If it wants me to get another arboreal extractor. Yay. And a mineral sapling. And that's very full. Okay, there's the arboreal extractor. Do I have any extra mineral saplings just lying around? No, we can just grab this one. There we go. Gets that hole done, and then we need mineral resin bucket, which is surprisingly easy to get as well. We'll just grab that. We'll throw this into a drying basin because we don't really need any more. And also enriched rubber. Which, there we go. Because that can lead down to the first of the sub-chapters. Chapter 1B, to be able to get sealed mechanisms. And also need to go down that way. So copper age we've got done. It wants us to pick up the arboreal extractor yet again. Wow. So fun. Mechanical pump and pipe. So you and you. There we go. And then a spout. Do I just have a spare spout in one of my backpacks? Yes, I do. Perfect. That's done. Now we still just need the resin, which is still going to take longer. Okay. So while that's going on, the way to do all this is, well, first off, we're going to need to make a farm that will farm up source berries, which we can just plant those to get more source berries, and also mage blooms. So we get source berries and mage bloom seeds. So starting with the source berries, we need to compact the source berries to get source berry juice. And we also need to do the same for mage blooms to be able to get the mage bloom juice. We then need to mix the two of them together to get mage bloom sourceberry smoothie, which is simple enough, which then needs to be spouted into a mage bloom sourceberry, into a wooden bowl to make a mage bloom sourceberry smoothie bowl. Once we've got that bowl, we then need to drain it so we get some impure sauce and some balls of these. Now the impure sauce, that can be two ways to be turned into sourceberry sauce. We can either boil it to get a very small amount, or we mix it with a spell parchment. And that will give us a 1-to-1 ratio of impure sauce to sauce. And so, next question is, how do we get the spell parchment? Well, for spell parchment, we need mage bloom fibers. And then we go, how do we get mage bloom fibers? Well, we need to cut magically blooming leaves. And we get the magically blooming leaves by bulk washing the bowl of leaves, and there's a 38% chance of getting magically blooming leaves. So that kind of should work out, considering that we only get 50 millibuckets of impure sauce per one of these. So it's a lot. Which, I'm not even sure if there's a way we can get an eternal knife, or whether I'm going to have to get that up and running. And yeah, there is something that's actually useful for farming here, and that is the mechanical harvester. Simple enough, just on-site machines to get the mechanical harvesters. Don't need to add anything, it's just stone cut to get them. And there's two ways we could go about making a farm. We could go for the good old rotary farm, which it works, but I don't really feel like going for. Or we can do something similar to what I'm doing for mineral harvesting here, using a whole bunch of redstone machinery and whatnot to set up a timer to automatically harvest everything and then dump it out into the appropriate spots to be worked with, which might be a bit on the easy side to go for. So I think I might be going that way. Oh, this is almost full. Oh, well, let's actually get this whole section done. We're starting on the quest here. So, bang, bang, bang. There we go. It's the first part. Let's also grab a runic tablet to complete complete this one, which is for some reason you need. And we've got the affirmations. I'm loved. I accept that this chapter seems simple. Embrace it, although simple, this chapter needs a lot of infrastructure. I'll be wealthy with source gems. I'm an insane individual. I am not crazy. I ain't crazy. I was crazy once. Hey, but that gives us some source candy rocks, which we can make, but that is like, you need moss. Wait, you need blue flowery moss, rooted dirt, a loaded amethyst, and netherrack. Yeah, and you need to repeat that 8 times to get a source candy rock? No, I'm not really going to be doing that anytime soon. So, fun. Very fun. Okay, let's see here. Almost there. Stick through the night. Honestly, this chapter does seem very simple compared to other ones. Hey, look at that. Bucket of resin. Cool. So that gets that done. Next up we need the raw rubber. Thank you. And then we need this cooked into some cured rubber. And we need to make some mechanical belts, which is simple enough. We just grab 6 of these and go bang. Mechanical belts. Not too worried about that because they will come very handy. Might as well also make the sealed mechanism here. Make a full load. So we need 16 mineral rubber. Grab one of these, go bang, bang. Sealed mechanism. Gets chapter 1B done. There's still... Oh, I didn't do the welcome engineer. And I didn't find the rest of these to complete this chapter off. Okay, Starbuncle Shades and Sweet Berry Cookie. Cool. Okay, the sealed mechanism will come in handy for when I want a few other things. Sweet Berry Cookie I'll put down here, so Starbuncle Shades over there. And we need to make a nature's compass, which is a compass, 4 logs, and 4 saplings. So, compass. Oh wait, I've got plenty of oak saplings. 4 logs and 4 saplings. Gets me nature's compass, which we can actually use to find any specific biome. Which is good. Similar to my structure compass, which can find explorer's compass, which can find any specific structure. And we need an alloy scanner, which is simple enough as well, because that can find us andesite and diorite pockets in the chunk, which I'm probably not actually going to use. But that still hasn't completed the chapter yet. What am I missing for it? I honestly don't know. Might be... Oh! Get a blaze from the nether and the smeltery controller. That's what it is. So it's not too big a deal. Okay. Now I just need to get the rest of this set up and we'll be right back. So this is all working exactly the way I want it to. We've got our individual farms here, one for the source berries, one for the mage blooms. Each one is got logic and redstone, all to say, tell them, keep them going back and forth using gantries, and also to stop them once their individual iron vaults are filled up, which then go, source berries and mage blooms go into their own basins, which they get squashed into the appropriate juices, which then go combined together, pumped into this basin, which combines them together into mage bloom sourceberry smoothie, which then gets pumped out up into these spouts, which again puts them into the bowls to make the smoothie bowls. And yep, then they go over the drains to drain them of the, impure source. And then all those balls of leaves come through, get washed by all of these fans to make magically blooming leaves, which then go through, get cut up via a knife into measurement fibers, which then come across this basin where they all get pressed into spell parchment. And then we use that spell parchment to combine with impure source to make, pure source, which is what we got here. That's all well and good. Took a little bit to get everything up and running, but this works out quite nicely here. Also got a few of the quests done here. Namely a few of the other stuff. And now I just need to somehow get this back in. No, it doesn't like that. Oh, this might actually work out. Okay. So, Mage Bloom Fiber, check. Then we need to get into Spell Parchment. Ooh, small Mage Bloom Fiber. Let's just throw that in to get that running a bit more. Thank you. Spell Parchment in here to make the source. Hopefully I can dump this smoothie in there. No, that didn't quite work the way I want it to. Okay, it's fine. That wasn't a smart idea. Well, either way, I want to set this to only be making the source. Then we want the smart fluid pipe here to pull that out. Throw that here. Just a temporary way to remove the source from... No, it doesn't like that either. Do this. Try this yet again. There we go. And we'll just pump this out. Because for some reason this doesn't want to work the way I want it to. Okay, you're done. Now I just need the impure source. And that's simple enough to do. Bring some of that fluid tank. Now we just need a source bucket. Great. Just great. Oh, this should still be doable. I have some andesite here. Or andesite alloy or a depot at least. Let's go grab some. It's annoying. Andesite alloy. Perfect. So you combine a bit of you with a casing and we get ourselves a depot. And now we'll dump this here, put a spout on top like so. Mechanical pump. Cogwheel, use my hand crank. To pull out about a bucket's worth. To get a source bucket. And we still need to get source gem, which I actually have some just lying around. So, one for wrench. Put that over there. Grab this drain here, we'll throw this there. Wait, why are we doing it that way? Can't I just... Yeah, I can just dump that back into there. Cool. Drain. There we go. Perfect. So that's almost all of this done. Oh, we've got some more smoothie balls. Okay. Throw that in there. Some more spell parchments as well. Which actually gets us enough to keep us up and over. So that works out, and that is, well, Herbalist Heritage chapter pretty much done here as well. As soon as I grab one of the source gems. Nice. We've completed that chapter. Which means we've completed Herbalist Heritage. Which means we're almost on to doing Integrational chapter. And we also unlock a couple extra things. So we get the Copper Age one. We can also get Sturdy Machinery. They're still missing a couple things here. Sturdy Machinery. Not exactly sure what that unlocks. And Chronicle Chaos. I need to figure out what I'm doing here. So I'll take a look into that next time. Still need to get more iron and that. And the big thing is getting the mechanical crafters up and running. Oh yeah, I still need to get precision mechanism being automated. So that's fun. But I think Purifying Source is, well, acquiring Source is actually a good spot to call it the end of the episode here. So I'll call it the end of the episode here, so you can comment, like, subscribe down below. Really helps out with YouTube discovery and whatnot. And that. Thank you all for watching. Catch you all next time.